is Sunday of Fiesta.
That struggle is real.
The struggle is real. After bourbon tasting on Friday, Saturday, followed up by a full-on day on the boat for Fiesta. On Captain Ralph DiGiorgio's boat.
Ah.
And what a boat it was.
Yeah, it looked nice.
It was beautiful. And they were great.
Crew.
They were great hosts. Kate was a rock star.
Yeah, oh, she is.
Absolute fucking rock star.
She absolutely is.
Look good in her Viva shirt.
She did. She's
We got the
adorable in
Viva
that
shirt from a design of mine.
Very cute shirt. She looks great. She should model for them.
Yeah. I want to say that we were probably responsible for selling 30 of those shirts. Is my conservative guess?
That.
Got nothing.
Not even a discount?
Nothing.
They don't appreciate it.
So they're dead to me now.
Forget about it. Yeah. You're just here for the. You're just doing this for the payola, right?
See, people don't get. They don't get it.
They don't get payola.
They don't get it. They don't get it. Some people get it. Some people get. And I'm not saying that they should have given me anything, but this is what I'm saying. Sometimes when someone goes, does a little something, it comes back to them like 100-fold.
Absolutely.
Tit for tat.
Often.
Oftentimes it comes back 100-fold to them in future shout-outs and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
And when you feel like you get slighted, then really there's other people that maybe get more attention.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that anybody should do anything.
That's what makes our country great.
Make our podcast great again.
Yeah,
Mapka. How do you say? What would it be?
What would that be?
Mapka. Make our podcast great again. Yeah, something like that.
Boy.
Mapka.
Yeah.
We just created what's the word? Acronym for that might be the
That's
new.
why I'm here. I'm just here for the vocabulary.
Susan Lipsett is here.
Yes.
Is it Susan Casey Lipsett?
Correct.
Do you go by Susan Casey Lipsett?
No, only on Facebook so people can find me.
So they can find you.
Yeah, except the IRS, they don't know.
Pat and Jimmy Dalpiaz are with us,
We're here.
Good morning.
Good morning.
and we are promising you
Viva. Oh, we got bingo.
We are promising you a Piping Plover free podcast.
Oh, it's sad.
For some, they will be very sad, and others will be overjoyed.
Chris is boycotted.
We've already lost one participant due to the lack of
Just went back to bed.
bird talk. Yeah,
That's right. Chris said he was devastated that he wouldn't be able to hear about the plovers.
he did look awfully hurt.
Distraught.
Yeah,
Would that be the best word for it?
Bereft.
Bereft.
But
he went seeking comfort in the form of
Mudiga.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mudiga
that's what we're having.
steaks.
I'm all about it.
So
I think they...
Okay, wait. So here's a
Mudiga in
perfect...
Gloucester? I looked it up.
No. Do you know how you spell it?
Mudiga.
No. You spell it Mudicca.
Then why don't you say Mudica?
In Italian, two C's are like a G.
I took Italian at Brown University. They never told us that.
Well, I'm telling you.
that's
Mudiga, if you look at, when you do searches for Mudiga,
Yeah.
Look it up that way, and you'll see. But the way we make the secret to the good Mudiga is you get the breadcrumbs from like Sclafani's or from Virgilio's, right?
Ah.
Then you put. My mother will kill me for saying this. A packet of the good seasons Italian dressing.
They still make
the
that.
packet.
The dry one?
The dry one.
Yeah.
You put that in there.
Well, it's just all herbs. That should be good.
And then you put.
I've never had it. I'm
And then
looking
you
forward
put
to this.
Parmesan cheese.
Ooh.
I grate my own
Parmesan
Reggiano,
Yeah, and that is something that
Maybe
you
I
should.
should have ordered
That's
that.
something you should
I
be
should
buying
get
at
your mother
Sclafani's
to
or
teach me how to make them sometime.
the Mudiga steaks.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, Felicia has a recipe on Good Morning Gloucester. If you looked up Mudicca.
But what kind of meat do you use, and do you pound it?
You don't pound it. You use. It's probably the worst cut of meat that you can buy. It's top round, but you have them slice it super thin.
Ah.
Top round is is garbage.
Right.
There's no fat
Well,
in it.
that's the reason they use it
But
Yeah, you gotta.
you put the
gotta
bread,
dress it up.
you put the Mudiga on there. Now you're talking, right? But Felicia has. I guarantee you she has
Does she?
the recipe. Yeah, I guarantee it. I should probably find it.
Put the link.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I'll do. I'll put that in right now.
Do your salute.
Thank you. I'll do my salute to. Oh, what? Cape Ann Community Cinema. Thank you, Jimmy. Cape Ann Community Cinema.
The birds aren't here, so I have to.
I'm going there this week to see book club.
Here you go. 2 tickets for Susan Casey Lipsett.
Thank you. That's the only reason I come is for these tickets.
You get the tickets.
and the bird update.
So what movie are you going to see?
Book club.
And what? And give me a little bit.
It's
What do you
just
think
for
it's
old
about?
Folks. It's about women my age or older who have a book club. It's very funny.
We had a conversation.
About our lives.
Isn't that funny that we
I'm
did
not
it?
sure it would be your first choice of movies,
No.
honestly.
Right.
There's no action scenes, no explosions.
So Susan was we were talking earlier about her son coming into town, who's a big whiskey guy, loves
My
whiskey.
son-in-law.
Son-in-law, sorry. And I says, well, we'll have him on the Homie Cast.
Right.
And she says, well, what does that mean? I'm like, it's a bunch of guys that we get together. We do the podcast. We grill, we drink, and we do inappropriate podcasts. And she goes, well, how come women aren't there? I go, well, it's a guy thing, and she kind of like was a little bit taken
Like women
offense.
can't grill or drink?
Why can't women grill or sex? And what my response to her was, when your wife has book club with her girlfriends, like, I don't go and sit in the middle of a bunch of women when they're having their book club and they're drinking their
Nor
wine.
do they want you
But it's
to.
not a podcast.
And they absolutely don't
That's right.
want me to, right? And that's why there's certain conversations that men have
Correct.
that just men want to have with men, and
understandable.
doesn't mean you have to insert on either side. Man shouldn't. A man shouldn't, in my opinion, shouldn't insert himself into a woman's gathering
Exactly.
unless he's
It's
invited.
on too high a level for most of them anyway.
Absolutely, yeah. We're way too primal,
Gotcha.
Our book club meetings would be very short because we would talk about the pictures and that would be it.
Well, they just read the labels on the whiskey bottles at their book club.
Oh my God,
Right.
We did at the.
we did.
We'll talk about that. We were reading labels.
We were reading labels
Yes, we
with
were.
alcohol
Because
volume.
you couldn't see with you didn't have your glasses.
Well, it was getting dark.
Because I'm
Right.
blind.
That.
No, it's just
You didn't
fine.
have your glasses.
I can't. I mean, I'm going. I can't see up close.
You want to
And-
know a good trick if you can't read something like that? Take a picture of it with your phone, and then you can blow it up.
Yeah, no, that is a great trick. A lot of my friends have these cell phone cases now, and it's called thin optics. We put it. I put the link to it on the blog.
Yeah.
It's
I told
super.
people about that.
It sticks to the back of your cell phone case or your
Yeah.
phone, and it's so thin, and you kind of like in the glasses. They just fit on the bridge of your nose,
Yeah?
and there's no sides to them. But you always have the reading glasses with you.
That's so cool.
Thin optics, and a lot of people are using them. So you know how we were talking earlier about businesses or thing that they go the extra mile.
Yeah.
So we were sitting here, Susan, talking about Mudiga, and
Which
so
I've
she
only
loves
ever seen in Gloucester.
Mudiga steaks in particular. I think she says Mudiga as a general term, but do you mean Mudiga steaks when you say that?
Yeah.
Okay, so Mudiga, you can.
Is there Mudiga anything
Mudiga
else?
is the breadcrumbs.
What
But-
is
so
it
it could be
you put it
Mudiga
on?
steaks, it could be fish. You could put
Oh.
Mudiga breadcrumbs.
But no one ever says that Mudiga fish, do they?
Guy named, different things.
You know what would be really good? A Mudiga Berkshire pork cutlet. How good
Okay,
would
so
that be?
my mother does do breaded pork chops and stuff
So
like
the
that.
would be
businesses that
delicious.
are going out of their way.
So businesses that are going out of way, like we were speaking of
Yeah.
earlier, or
Yeah.
not, we have to give a shout out. So you were talking about the Mudiga, and he's like, "Oh my God, wouldn't it be great?" We're taping at 8. Right now it's 8:50.
Yes.
At 8:30, Susan's like, "Wouldn't it be great to have one?"
And I've never had
Because
it.
it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Because it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and Chris said, "I'll go get them."
Bless him.
But
He
he has
called-
a personal connection with these kings of Mudiga over
He
here.
he called
Yeah, called Mom.
and they said they're not making them. I yelled over to him, tell him Joey from Captain Joe's was looking for some Modiga steak sandwiches, and they originally they weren't going to make them.
They tooled up for
it.
They
tooled up.
Cheers.
So we put them on the blog a couple times this weekend. Mom's Kitchen, selling the Sazitza sandwiches and the Modiga steaks, and they will continue to receive the Good Morning Gloucester blessings because they did the right thing.
It's payola.
It's very simple.
I can't.
We're paying for it. We're buying our sandwiches, but they went out of their way. They weren't planning on making them until noontime.
Right.
But they're accommodating.
Now that's a smart
market demand.
That's a smart business decision.
That is a very smart marketing decision. Yes, brilliant. In fact, I agree.
And I can't wait. It's going to be my first.
Do they have that all the time, or is it just for Fiesta? They have the Modiga steak.
I'm going to say that just for Fiesta and maybe run specials, but I'm not positive.
Well,
I've seen it as specials in other places, like you go to Morning Glory or places like that. Sometimes you see it on special, but it's not on the
Surfside
menu.
Sub has it all the time. And they make delicious ones.
Modiga steak sandwiches?
The best, some of the best stuff you'll eat is that Modiga Sub at Surfside.
There you go.
Because we've tried.
A lot of people love their pizza. A lot of people love their pizza.
We had a pizza throwdown at my friend's house the other night. We tried 3 pizzas from 3 different places, and we ended up bickering quite a bit. Yep. 3 local places.
It's funny how you can ask 5 or 6 different people what their favorite pizza place in town is, and they have very strong opinions about their favorite.
More than their political beliefs sometimes, really.
Well, yeah, it depends on who you talk
about. It gets quite heated.
Yeah, like some people really like a thin crust.
Right.
And some people like a
sweeter sauce.
Sweeter sauce is a big one.
Sweeter sauce, or particularly don't like a sweeter sauce.
Right.
Some people.
Well, here's one I hadn't considered before that came up with this lovely crowd I was doing this pizza throwdown with. The sausage. Do you slice it, or is it crumbled out of the casing for the pizza topping? And there were strong preferences.
I have a strong preference for that.
Do you?
Yes, I do. And I like it to be sliced, and not very many places do that.
I do like it to be sliced. I make a lot of pizza myself at home, and I always slice it.
See, I hadn't thought about that before.
I hadn't thought about it either.
And to me, just thinking of it, I would say, I don't see much of a difference. But then I'm thinking, if the sausage is on top of the pizza, and there's more, like almost like a surface area, like almost like a English muffin, nooks and crannies to brown.
Yeah,
I feel like you get more surface that would brown up, and when you brown things, you usually get a little bit more punch of flavor. Yeah. But I never really, I don't think it would make that. But I don't know. I never really gave it any thought.
I don't know.
That's interesting.
For me, it's a texture thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I like it sliced better, but I'm not as strongly opinionated about that as some folks are.
What's your favorite pizza in town?
Probably the ones we make at home, but when we buy at Maria's.
See, this is interesting. How about you?
They're a little small.
Yeah.
And the parking is difficult.
Yeah. Well, Delaney's is basically the same pizza. You know that, right? Do you know what Delaney's is?
That.
Do you know what Delaney's is?
I just have a hard time buying pizza named with an Irish name.
Yeah. Well, it's basically the same pizza.
It is.
Hey, I can't believe he's awake and he's alive.
And in comes Mike. Good morning.
Chris.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
sorry.
Mike,
brother.
You think I'm Mike Codier?
No, I didn't think that. No.
Hi, Susan.
Hi, Susan.
Pleasure to meet you.
Good morning.
Jim, as always. Nice to see you.
Oh my God, we're taping.
Pizza.
Have a cronut. Susan made the cronuts.
They're probably soggy from all this humidity by now.
They're phenomenal.
They were crisp when I first came
They're
in
phenomenal.
here hours ago.
We were talking about pizza. I didn't get to Pat and Jimmy what your favorite pizza was.
I'm gonna say we took your recommendation and we really like Sebastian's.
I'm a Sebastian's
Now I'm going to
guy.
try the Surfside. I haven't had the Surfside.
Okay, if you go to Surfside and you order a slice, they give you a quarter of their ginormous pizza.
Yeah.
Oh. Although I do like the slices at Virgilio's.
It's like 3 people can eat this slice of pizza.
Okay.
So it's
Okay.
Their slices are enormous.
It's a good bargain.
I
I'll
think
have to
that.
try that.
So I think that. Wait, Jimmy, you didn't answer.
Oh no,
Yeah, with Pat.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite pizza in Gloucester? Have you had enough pizza in Gloucester to have an opinion?
Buffalo Trace.
They make pizza too.
The Frontier Pizza.
Delicious.
No, I Surfside.
You're a Surfside
Yeah.
guy too?
Yeah, like
You
and the
ever have
lobster
the
roll on Tuesday.
Mujica sub at Surfside?
The sub?
The Mujica steak sub.
I haven't. No.
I highly
Really?
recommend it.
Nice.
We just sent the kid out to get the Mudiga steaks sandwiches.
Where?
Yeah.
They're
I'll
making
share mine
Mom's?
with you.
they're making them special for us at Mom's
I
Kitchen.
should throw these bagels away.
We'll share with you.
No, we're gonna whack up the. I'll give you some of my sandwich. So mine is Sebastian's. Here's the thing with Sebastian's. You have to ask for it well done. If you ask for it well done, sometimes it's
Insider information.
a little insider information.
Okay.
But
done.
I like Sebastian's. But I think for thin crust, I think
Maria's?
no.
No.
I think
You're
Surfside.
pointing over there. Oh, okay.
Surfside.
I haven't tried that yet. I'm going to have to get over there.
Yeah, and you know what?
We just want the Mujica steak there, so we don't even consider other stuff.
The lobster roll on Tuesday. We get the lobster rolls on Tuesday.
Oh yeah, it's a
Very good.
discount, isn't
Yeah,
it?
like $11.99. They're usually $20.
Pretty good.
Oh, nice.
So good stuff.
He always finds the places I don't
Do
sell
they
the
toast the
lobsters.
buns? Do
Does
they
it on
toast the
purpose.
bun?
They do toast the bun.
Gotta have that.
Good,
Everybody toasts buns.
freaking good
No,
lobster.
my son was at
I don't know
Mercedes-Benz
where they
Stadium
get
in
it, but
Atlanta
it's
for
good.
the soccer game last night, and on the buffet they had lobster rolls, and I don't think those buns were toasted.
I was on Statue of Liberty. I brought a bunch of kids to the Statue of Liberty, and I couldn't believe because they had to go out and eat. And I was bringing them up to those outside stands, and they had lobster rolls and a Coke, and they had the sign there. And some of the kids were going, "Lobster roll? I never had that." And I was kind of steering them away because I can't imagine
Yeah.
a lobster roll on the Statue of Liberty.
They
Staten
have food
Island.
trucks in Atlanta. Cousins Lobster from Maine, those people from Maine, and those lobster rolls are delicious.
Those lobster roll businesses and the food trucks are making a killing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're making a killing. Every city, they're popping up in every city.
that was a very good
It's so
lobster roll. I had
simple.
it
What?
in Atlanta
We
one
should have
time.
a couple of food truck days here in Gloucester.
I know.
Line them up on.
I love
the
that idea.
beach,
Well, we had
Mujica
a taco
truck.
a couple of years ago, and then he
Cronut truck. You don't want to try the cronuts I made?
What's
The
that?
taco truck.
Happy Taco.
Get a
I don't know what
napkin,
he's
your
doing
best.
now.
Well,
Is the truck still around?
They probably got
well, the gas
signs from
station
the
went out.
community.
That's
Yeah.
where we used to park it, so I don't know what he did with it. But
Joe,
He
you
was
have a
around.
knife?
Why you can't
Are
eat?
you sure you want?
I
Are
don't
you
wanna
sure you
touch
want? you sure you want one of his knives?
I don't think. You want.
Yeah, think about what he did with
Are
it.
you-
I gotta be
You
honest.
think about that
I gotta
a
be
little
honest with you.
Yeah, fast.
I gotta be honest with you. I mean, you can.
Oh my God!
I use that to mix up the
No,
rub
I-
this morning that are on the ribs.
We need to take DNA off of that one.
Well, yeah.
Here we go.
Get a napkin.
Chris. How are we functioning right now? Is what I'd like to know.
Ooh, that's crunchy.
It's a
Not
cronut.
all
Yeah,
soggy, is
yeah.
it? Well, no, but the weather affects them.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like you don't make meringue on a day like this.
Isn't that amazing?
Oh my God. That's happening.
That's what you needed right
Yeah.
now. You
You
need
need
to.
high fat
Today's theme is the struggle
intake
is
when you're
real.
hungover. They say
Yeah.
when you've been overserved.
The problem is I've had all high fat intake for the last
Since
I moved here.
Since you moved to Gloucester.
How long ago?
since March.
Oh, that's a
I've
lot.
gained
It's a lot of
15 to
fat
20
grams.
pounds.
I don't know if it's the
Maybe you
booze or the
shouldn't have
food.
the Mudiga.
Both. The Mudiga is low cal though, isn't
No,
it?
extra cal.
He goes to. He's a big Vigilios guy.
Virgilio's is good. My husband likes Virgilio's.
I got a couple subs from there this week.
See, I just avoid places I have to do parallel parking. It scares me so much.
Me too. But I'm
Yeah,
getting
but you got
better
that
at it.
fancy car. You don't have to back
It
the
parks
camera.
itself, but I keep chickening out and putting the brakes on it. I don't trust it. I watched YouTube videos about it like 10 times, and then I go and I try again, and I just slam the brakes on because I'm scared. I'm so scared.
the
of it.
Pepsi truck also had the same thing.
yeah.
So
Oh,
I
the
wouldn't
Pepsi
use
truck that ended up on Pavilion Beach.
Yeah, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's right.
He had the same thing.
See,
He
I
was
glad
following
you just
his.
didn't have half.
Isn't that that's a savior? That's a savior right now.
I got my new deep fat
so
fryer
Chris
free
and-
with my American Express points from Amazon.
Nice.
You know, you can link your Amex points to
No.
your Amazon account and pay with points if you
Yeah.
have enough points.
I
I do the
did.
same
did
thing.
not know
So I
that.
got it for free.
Yeah.
I got myself
they
a
ask
piece
you
of
when you go
luggage
to
a few
checkout.
months ago for free.
If you want to apply the points.
If you want to use,
Yeah.
if you've linked them.
Yeah.
You can do it on BestBuy.com too.
Oh, too, really?
That's how I got my Apple Watch.
Brilliant. That is brilliant.
Yeah.
So Chris and I have had a couple rough days.
So we can see by just looking at you guys.
That my ashen appearance
Green.
Yeah.
Green.
It's like a green pallor.
is green. Yeah, we had Friday. Well,
You got something on your shirt.
It's
I
drool.
thought it was an emblem.
It's
of-
drool.
I thought
no,
it
that's a
was
piece of a cronut.
I thought it was a polo player.
I did too. I thought it was.
What did you think it was? A booger?
I thought it was a polo player.
I just ate the poor little. I just took it off of my shirt and I just stuffed it in my mouth and everybody's like
Yeah, I saw that.
Kinda
That's a rough time.
savage.
That's a rough couple of days when you're pulling
That
the
is
food off your
really-
shirt. How
And
about
eating
that?
That is a mess.
And eating it.
I'm sure Joe is in hiding right
Your
now.
sweaty
Oh.
shirt.
He was on
Jake
the,
just did a head thing.
he was on the boat yesterday, naked, jumping around in front of the Coast Guard.
Oh my god. Is that true?
I wasn't naked, no.
I'm surprised they're not here, freaking hauling you out of here today.
You have to really. The Coast Guard are great for
Put that on our
Fiesta.
Fiesta bingo cards.
She
Naked lobster.
Yeah,
man.
they-
They're in
Naked
the
lobster.
center square of the Fiesta bingo
I mean, I
card.
was.
I love it. We
I
gotta
was
do
saying
it.
that, but seriously, the Coast Guard, the police, I mean, the harbor master, they are making it really safe out there. And
Oh my
because
god.
They do a great
I
job.
was standing there again. We're new to it, and we were taking a spot, and Pat's taking all sorts of pictures. And even though I don't understand all the codes of boating, I don't understand all of it.
You're
But
not
I'm
alone.
watching. I'm watching boats go unbelievable speed.
Yeah.
People are yelling at them. I see some people going slower. There's kayakers.
Yeah.
Here comes
Yeah.
the big whale watch boats.
Yeah.
Then everybody else is coming in, jockeying for position because even though the greasy pole was at 5, it's
Yeah.
like 11 in the morning. They got to hit their spot,
Yeah.
throwing their anchor. And I look at this going, how you need somebody out here to
Yeah.
Just it's
Coach
like a
Evans.
and
ballet.
understand what
Right.
they're
Like
doing.
a ballet.
A lot
not
of them
get in
stop
their
in
way.
front of my house and they have no shirts on and they're cussing and screaming. It's just awful.
So I give them all the credit
Who's
for
cussing
hanging
and
in there.
The people on boats, they all
Oh,
just
yeah.
stop in front of my house and they're
Yeah.
like cussing.
Well, we
and
talked about how
screaming.
water just carries. Like you could be speaking in this kind of
That's
voice,
true.
and you
People
can
are
hear it
screaming,
Viva!
like
You can
across
hear.
the water.
You
You can
can
really
hear.
Yeah.
voices carry.
They
Yeah,
really do.
Mick, who lives over by the paint factory, another friend of ours.
She,
Oh,
yeah, she lives right now.
Mick LaFata?
I don't know.
He bought the house in front of Rosenfeld,
Yeah, I know that house.
the Destino's old house.
Yeah, I know that.
He-
It's right
yeah.
near me.
Yeah. He can hear the music from Minglewood. When Minglewood has a
Oh, me
band.
too.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
so
No,
you
my
sing-
bedroom windows face Captain Carlos.
Oh, Captain Carlos.
Yeah,
I'm
you
sorry,
can hear
that's-
it like it's like
Yeah.
in your
Yeah.
backyard. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. But I mean, that's part of the gig.
That's amore.
That's a mo- Is that the closing song? and everything?
Exactly. So it's like they used to play the national anthem before they put the test pattern on the television
Oh, yeah.
when I was
Oh, yeah.
a kid.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, me too. Channel 38.
Here it's at amore.
Oh my God!
That's right.
So Fiesta, it's today's Sunday. So by the time people hear this, it's going to be pretty much, over.
Pretty well over with.
But we were talking earlier about the difference for Fiesta, for the perspective of Fiesta from someone that didn't grow up with the traditions to the people that did, and how it's sad when I hear people talk about it as if like 90% of the Fiesta is the carnival and the gross carnies, because it really to someone that grew up with a Fiesta, like it's just that it's an understood that it's a necessary evil, the money that generates to pay for all the rest of the thing, to all the traditions that continue, and it just it drives me up a wall when people, they just when they shit on it, not really understanding
Right, what the traditions are
the
about.
traditions that are really mean a lot to a lot of people.
What's with all the campers in the school?
That's
School.
those are the carnies. That's
They're
the traveling.
really nice campers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are the carnies?
The ones,
People work in the carnival.
Oh.
yeah.
Games and the ride.
You're a rough shape. Huh?
Uh-huh.
Friday
I
night.
think I slept in one of them last night.
I don't know how I go home. Tim Byrne.
Tim Byrne, I was
You
gonna
got
Tim Byrne
$5
drove me home.
free from Uber.
What?
Didn't you get your free $5 from Uber? To
I
get out?
did, and I was going to use Uber, but I had a friend that wasn't drinking, so Chris's son picked me up,
Yeah, he was catered.
and then
Yes.
I got a ride back. So
Perfect.
it was great. But Friday night we had the bourbon tasting
Right.
at our friend Mike's house, and Jimmy really went above and beyond, like kind of like organizing everything,
Yeah.
and doing the pours, and we didn't do it.
Reading the labels.
Reading the,
That's
So
what we were
that
talking
makes
about.
a book club.
Yeah.
Book club. I like that book club.
oh, show her your cell phone. I was just telling her about. He's the one who showed me about the thin optics.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pull those out.
Oh my gosh, that's so handy.
Oh, Ben Franklin. There he is.
Yeah.
He does look like one of the founding fathers, now, doesn't
Without hair.
Yeah.
Oh, you got.
he? Well, they wore wigs.
I'm
None
out
of them
power.
had hair, I don't think.
You need a charger?
You're right. You're right.
iPhone?
Get a charger.
I got one in my car.
There's right there,
There's
Chris.
one right there.
Right there.
Yeah.
Right behind Susan.
I don't want to interrupt your podcast.
Mudiga Man.
Mudiga Man.
The Mudiga steaks have arrived.
The Mudiga Man
Yes.
cometh.
There he is.
Chris was
You are
talking
Our
about
hero.
Baby.
What a lovely
Oh,
boy.
baby.
This is to moms, too.
Oh,
Prime
baby.
delivery.
Yeah, shout out to moms.
Mom's kitchen.
Did you bring a plastic knife?
You ought to say the address.
You know what? I usually, honestly,
gotta
I
say
usually
their
have one in my
address.
purse.
Fort Square. Fort Square. Mom's kitchen in Fort Square.
And I
They
did
made these
bring
with
my
extra
whole
love, I
purse with
think.
me.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow, those are a thing of beauty.
Right.
I take a picture.
You know, that's what I'm
Pass
going to
this
do.
to Susan.
We're
I'll
going to
cut
gather
mine in
up.
half.
This will be the podcast picture.
Yeah,
Bring
yeah.
in
Oh, yeah. for
Mudigas
sure.
while you're there.
Thank you. Right over there.
What happened?
Yum.
Sure.
Yeah. Yumness.
Yumness. I'm going to save it for later.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut.
That's it.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna cut it in half. He's gonna have half of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Oh, that's love.
Chris, you're gonna have half of
Slide
mine?
yourself
Yeah,
over
just
there.
a small piece.
I'm going to have
Oh
save it
my
for
God,
lunch.
these
I
are
don't know.
outrageous. That is
I'm gonna
love.
get infected with his.
That is love.
Infected?
Thank you.
Is it infectious?
He's gonna get
So
the.
what is it, Bill?
I
Beef
had one yesterday.
steak. Top round, he said. Joey said top round. Let's save it.
All right,
Okay,
Chris.
how about, let's slide together.
Not me.
Okay, slide
I don't
over,
want to be in
please.
it.
Chris.
And let's see the steaks.
Yeah, you gotta hold the
Yeah,
steak.
all right. Here we
Hold on,
go.
man.
Here we go.
Count the fat grams.
No, sideways. Sideways. Oh, yeah. I take all of us.
I did. Just taking a variety
You
of.
got it?
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for going to get that.
No problem.
Nice,
That
Chris.
smells
You're
good.
an angel.
Yeah.
Here we go.
That's good.
Is
for
this
you,
gonna make
yeah.
for good? Is this gonna make for a good podcast right here? Me eating?
Too
You,
bad everybody
Saving
can't smell it.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's smell
This
cat.
is,
I wish they had smell
smell
vision,
cat.
Yeah.
all right.
wow,
The picture.
wow,
I've never had one.
wow.
With the oh look,
That's
they've got
covered.
the
Wow.
festive wrap paper here.
Yeah, Viva.
Yeah,
Viva
Love
Mudiga.
it.
Wow.
Love it.
you gotta get down to Mom's kitchen and get yourself one of these.
Yeah.
This is outrageous.
Fort Square.
Unbelievable.
Good bread.
Fort Square Cafe. Yeah.
There you
So,
go.
so the silence. So the dead air.
The dead area.
What do they
You're
have
dead
the
as
rest
everyone.
of the time when they don't have the fiesta stuff?
Breakfast.
It's a breakfast place.
Only breakfast?
They do lunch too, don't they,
They
Chris?
do lunch.
Oh, here's the question we had for you.
What do they have
Do they
for
have
lunch?
Mudiga steaks on the menu all year long or no?
They have specials.
Specials. That's what I thought.
They do. But they have a variety of specials. They have, like on Wednesdays, they have cabbage rolls, which is very excellent.
Cabbage rolls?
Cabbage rolls.
Really?
Is it like stuffed cabbage, rolled cabbage?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Now, can you cook these Mudiga steaks on the grill?
Yes. Yeah,
Does the
Felicia did
breading
that for
fall
the
off?
what?
Doesn't the breading fall off?
No.
Oh my gosh, this is good.
You have to oil the grates obviously. But
I just looked like it was
Felicia, we have videos of it at the farmers market. Felicia was doing Mudiga steak sandwiches at the farmers market.
When was
Was
that?
you really?
Huh?
When was that?
About 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh. Bring it back.
Yeah. Well, you could tell.
By
Huh?
popular demand.
Oh my God. I'm gonna pause this so we can eat, and we'll start right
We'll
up.
be back.
You talking about bourbon.
Thank you, Mom's Kitchen, for providing us the unbelievable.
They really went above and beyond.
This is a real treat. I've never had this.
Yeah.
But I
Very
bet it won't be the
excited.
last one you have.
It's the
It will
breakfast
not
of
be
champions.
the last one. That is
It's the
absolutely. It is the
breakfast of
breakfast.
champions.
It's definitely the breakfast of champions.
So after drinking like a savage beast for the last 2 days, I needed this gristle between the cronuts that Susan brought
Yeah.
and the
you're gonna be-
and the Buduga steaks
And don't forget the buttered bagel you had.
and the buttered bagel. This is all things that I need right
Yeah, the
now.
buttered
to read-
bagel too.
Oh, dripping with butter.
Yeah, that's how-
You got to
Not sure it
restore
was
your.
real
You have to
butter, though.
restore.
I do. I have to restore my
replenish-
electrolytes.
Replenish.
Yeah.
I got another buttered bagel for you right here.
Oh my god.
I'm crippled.
Oh, let's see. Where were we?
So Susan said no. I'm here. Susan was the first to show up, and I told her.
Because you always tell me the wrong time.
And I said this. I told her the struggle is real, and she said it looks like you were overserved yesterday. And I said to say that I was overserved would imply that it was someone else's fault, someone else's doing,
Nowadays,
but I have-
there's no personal responsibility for anything.
for anything,
Yeah, exactly.
for anything.
Yeah.
But no, I have to own it.
You have to own
I
it.
think you were clearly overserved.
We were doing funnels. Oh, last time we did funnels.
Is that like
was-
a funnel cake?
Yes.
No, it's a funnel with a hose attached to it.
Oh, yeah,
Chris
yeah,
brought,
yeah. I've seen that.
and it had a little
Valve.
valve at the bottom.
Saw it in
and
Mexico.
you fill it. You put a whole beer in it, and you sit down, and gravity feeds
Wow.
it down your gut.
I've seen it done with tequila.
Props.
I don't
to,
like that. I'm not a
Mexico.
tequila guy.
Oh.
Yeah. Props to you, though. I don't know how many people in your demographic, if you want to put it that way, could manage that feat.
Chris was right there with me.
All right, two. We know two.
He's not as old, I
To
don't
do
think.
the, we're the same age. We graduated high
Really?
school together. Yeah.
Must use better skincare products.
Oh,
that what a burn.
It's tremendous. So Jimmy, the bourbon.
Yeah. We were talking about that.
We came to a decision.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you, Second Glance, those glasses.
Oh, that's right.
When
The
we
lead
put-
glasses.
Oh, well, I thought, okay. We went, we saw those glasses and said, we got to do that. We got the tray, cleaned up the tray. Well, somebody cleaned up the tray. And we put it all together, and that was great. Everyone was enjoying
Oh, that's
it. The ice
perfect.
cube fit well, Joey.
It was the perfect weight at the bottom.
yeah, that was nice.
Look
That
at that
little
nice,
knob at the bottom.
thick,
Yeah.
wow, like round.
So, what was the overall choice?
So it wasn't unanimous, but I think we had. Hold on one second. I can pull up the results right here pretty quickly. Buffalo Trace got the most first place
First
Vote-
place votes.
votes. Yeah. Hold on, I can tell you right now though. Sorry. Which was interesting to me.
You gotta be prepared next time, Joe.
Yeah,
I know.
if you would.
A little bum, huh? Okay,
Throw
here we go.
here.
There's a lot of white air.
A lot of white hair. Okay, so here they are.
Not much gray matter, though.
One. Jesus. 2, 3.
Do you need
Oh,
help
forget
counting
it.
those
Fuck
bourbons?
it.
I am.
Fuck it.
Do I have to read it to you?
Well,
or what?
Do you need us to count up how many bottles
He's
of bourbon are
starting
in
to
the
sweat.
picture?
Okay.
I got the fucking sweats. See?
All right, I'm coming live here, folks.
Oh, that's
all right, here we go.
That's all right.
I got
So-
one.
We'll have to call for
Two.
help if he starts having seizures.
Do you want my thin optics?
Keep going,
Yeah.
because we went through, people weren't answering yet.
Here.
This is not. I'm
Three.
going to write
Not
it
yet.
out.
4.
It'll be
4
summarized
for
us.
Buffalo Trace. Okay.
Basil Hayden. Was
Basil Hayden was number 2 on
I heard a
almost
lot of
everybody.
Basil Hayden
And the
talk.
best picture Oscar goes to
Yeah.
Yeah,
Moonlight.
this is not good.
Yeah.
And somebody said the bourbon cigar. I don't know what that was.
That was his son.
I know that. But I
My
know.
son did?
Yeah, because he kept dipping it in everywhere.
Oh, did
I
he
was
really?
watching.
Oh no.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was
That is-
watching him.
That was funny. I didn't know
How
he
old
did
is your
that.
son?
21.
Okay.
Good
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah.
Anything else you
No,
need
he
me to
just
read
turned
while I'm here,
21
buddy?
now.
I'm all right.
No, okay,
Next month.
fine.
But yeah,
months ago.
no, but out of all of them, to me, where the fuck did my
Very scientific approach to the whole.
Well, you know the one that was really
Yeah,
smooth.
obviously.
Everyone was talking
The
about
rye.
was the one that was in the big crystal glass.
Yeah,
thing
with
that
the
there was
Blanton's.
nothing.
Blanton's?
Blanton's. I mean, not everybody got that because there was
A
only
lot of people like Blanton's in the South.
there was only a
Yeah.
small amount because he bought the whole thing, but
Yeah.
drank most of it. So there wasn't a lot of. Mike,
Yeah.
our friend, the hosting guy, he
Yeah.
was the one that brought it, and
I can't believe you were right near my house doing this and you didn't let me know.
so it was a good thing.
I thought you lived over next to Mickey.
Yeah, I'm Rocky.
Rocky Neck.
I thought you. Oh,
No,
we got Rocky
we
Neck?
were over across from Shaw's.
Oh no, I wouldn't go there.
We were
I would go there. 'Cause we would have invited you.
Depends which Shaws.
The Shaw's.
No, they're all
I
good.
want
They're
to
all
avoid
good.
traffic.
Yeah, you're right.
Want to avoid the traffic, especially
Bad
now
over
with the
there.
beach. Oh my God, you should have seen the people trying to get into Winger Chic. Because to get here today, I left my house and I went. The exit was at 13.
Yeah,
Concord
I
Street.
came up over the hill, and the traffic was.
already past there.
Oh my God!
That's
Down-
like-
out onto the
That's
highway.
like 2 or 3 miles
That's-
to
yeah.
get to Winger
yeah,
Street.
down that road.
Well, yesterday, or I think it was yesterday, the mayor put out a press release that they closed the 2 main beaches to it was only for
Residents.
residents early, like by 8:30.
Well, somebody said when we were at having our chimichangas last night and margaritas, the lady next to us said that there were so many people at Good Harbor Beach. They were just, shoulder to shoulder.
Really?
It
What
looked
about
like.
the
Wow.
birds?
That's what
though?
she said.
They shouldn't allow people to go to the
We
beach.
promised.
made
You
a
see, you went
promise.
back
We
on
made a
our
promise.
thing. We made a promise to our listeners that we wouldn't have to
We
They
talk
should
about the
close the
birds.
beaches to all
Yeah.
people until the birds don't need
I
it.
agree. That's why I moved to Gloucester.
For the birds.
Yeah, for the birds.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Birds make the whole city.
They make the whole city, plus the freaking seagulls.
Oh boy.
Maybe the seagulls
Oh,
should
boy.
fight the piping
So
plovers.
getting back to the bourbons,
We'll have bird fights here in Gloucester.
there was a lot of
Like
birds
cockfights.
with the bourbons too.
Like
Oh,
cockfights.
boy. This is
Joe, what do you
going
have to say?
sideways.
What do you think?
It's going sideways.
My cock is in no shape for fighting.
Yeah,
We don't
yeah.
wanna know.
He can't. Yeah, he
TMI.
doesn't have the tools he needs.
I need to
today.
train my cock.
TMI.
My
We'll
cock.
get Michael Vick up here. He knows how to train some
Oh,
cocks.
Jesus.
I know
Yeah.
some people who named their
No, he
dog
was
Michael
dogs.
Vick.
Oh, are you serious?
Oh.
So ironic.
That's
I do.
right. He was dogs, not cocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog
Yeah.
fights. You were gonna say something, Jimmy?
He was going to say
Not
something
now.
about the piping plovers.
I
Yeah,
waited for you.
but-
I waited for you to get a full
You
mouth of the
pull-
Modiga steak
the
before I
churn.
asked you
Is
the
that what
question.
Modiga is? Do they
Modiga
kill those
is the
little
bir-
birds? And then
They
flatten
grind them up. They grind them up.
Modiga quail.
They put them in a Modiga pipe.
Is Kim listening today?
She
I
doesn't
hope
listen.
so.
She doesn't listen.
Maybe,
She might listen.
but
She's very busy with her. This thing has been keeping her very,
I
very
know.
busy.
Yeah.
This one
Yeah.
bird?
Yeah.
This bird, she's dedicated. She's very dedicated to the cause.
I just want to add on
I
the
admire
bourbon
that,
thing.
really.
What was comfortable about the bourbon thing was the fire and the
Company.
company
Yeah.
and the talk going back and forth. And when the music came, we were all singing along with it,
Yeah.
talking about
There was music?
Samore?
oh, that showed up.
Yeah.
When the
And we
moon
need
is-
Jim to take out his trumpet one of these nice
Flugelhorn.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joey keeps
Perfect.
trying to get him to bring it, and he just keeps
He keeps
forgetting
promising.
it at home.
Oh,
He's
I think
promising.
he's a little nervous.
Too
Does he
bad.
get stage
I
fright?
got news for you. After the bourbon, I think everyone could have played one. Everyone would have been a great player. So anyway, it was a really
He's a
good
great
time,
player.
It was a great time.
How'd you get
And-
home?
Pat.
I think we got him.
Good
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah, Pat was great. Everybody had organized. We had pretty organized it pretty well. But
You're right about the bourbons. They sneak up later.
Oh, yeah. I'm still
Try
fit.
to tell your son that. He's sticking his cigar in it.
I was fine. You know something fun?
My
I
son
can
will be
drink
here this
bourbon.
week. He'll teach him all
I can
about
drink bourbon and not get hangover. I
But
But then
drank.
you went for that rye.
He'll be up here this week. So.
I thought that rye was the. We didn't include that in the results.
Right.
But I think that if we would have included that in the results, it might have taken it. Now here's something that's interesting,
He's 26.
and I kind of didn't get this until last week when I talked to the guys from the North Shore Whiskey Club. The
Bunch of his college friends.
so I said that we're going to have a bourbon
There we go.
party, and everybody's going to bring a bottle of bourbon. And he asked me, he goes, "Well, why are you limiting it to bourbon and not other?"
You call
Whiskeys.
things bourbon that aren't from Kentucky, and I don't think you're allowed
Oh,
to
good
do
point.
that.
Yeah.
We-
That's
I mean,
What are you
you
talking
could
about?
like lose a limb or something for saying that in certain states, calling
The only
like
thing
Jack Daniel's bourbon. You can't do that.
I didn't.
You
It's
said
on the
bourbon
label,
tasting,
right?
and you had some Tennessee whiskeys in there, I believe.
Yeah. Jack,
Every-
Jack.
Kentucky's? Oh, yeah.
Gentleman's-
That
I read
was-
a
It has
bunch
to
of
be from
Kentucky's.
Kentucky, or it's not bourbon.
Yeah.
Well, most of the bottles said bourbon on it.
Yeah.
I didn't look at the Gentleman Jack one.
Oh, no, that's
No.
Kentucky.
But is that
Gentleman-
bourbon?
Jack Daniels is in Tennessee.
Oh, it's a Tennessee, that's correct. Because
That's
he
a
brought
Tennessee
that.
whiskey. It's not a bourbon. You got to be careful.
So here's
with
the
your
here's a
nomenclature.
question, because I'm very uneducated as far as varieties of whiskey.
We gotta get Mike Murphy in here when he's up in Gloucester. He's from Kentucky. He'll
Well, there you
set
go.
you straight.
can a whiskey taste just like a bourbon?
Sure, absolutely.
This okay. So this
you
is
can't
what
call it bourbon.
But you can't call it bourbon,
Like you can't call a sparkling wine champagne.
Right.
and you can't
if
call
it's
Scotch
not
has to
from
be
that
made in
region.
Scotland.
I believe so.
No, that's one thing I do know. So, but it's whiskey as well.
They're all whiskeys.
They're all whiskeys, right?
Yeah.
Right?
and
But you
some of
can't
them
say
are
we
made
had
with
a bourbon
corn mash,
tasting
some are made with
if you've
other
got
stuff.
Tennessee
That's a good
whiskeys in
point.
there.
So that event is now
It's null
disqualified.
and void.
Null and
Have
void.
to do it
Null
again.
You
and
have to do
void.
it again.
Have to do it
that's
again.
it. Start over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's go tonight.
but the guy was.
Oh, yeah.
But that question from the guy kind of opened my eyes up a little bit. Like, why are you limiting it to just bourbon, and why aren't you considering?
Well, you did.
Not
Well,
knowingly.
not knowingly. The email that went out to all the participants said you bring a bottle of bourbon specifically. One guy.
So now you blame it on us.
It's your fault. It's
Yeah,
your
like
fault.
being overserved. It's not
Oh
his
my
fault.
god. Anyway, so that was just so fun. But then yesterday on the boat,
Imagine the repertoire.
there was these young
Bourbon's
kids.
not really out in the sun on a boat kind of drink. I
No,
don't
we were
think.
drinking beer on the boat,
Yeah.
and just
There.
wiped
Actually,
out.
Ralphie was mixing up this
lemonade and blueberry vodka,
blueberry vodka with fresh blueberries
and in the blender.
in the
I'm
blender.
trying a new cocktail
That
this
sounds
week.
good.
I made a rosemary infused simple syrup.
Ooh,
And what you do, you take lemons and you grill them
ooh.
on a smoky grill. Then you juice them. So you got the lemon juice, the simple syrup with rosemary. Then you put in some vodka and a bottle of Prosecco, and that's your drink.
That sounds
Oh my
very
God.
light.
Geez, what time
Yeah.
should we be over?
Yeah.
It's
What
not for
time?
a few days.
A few days.
For Sunday's podcast, she said. That's what she
Nope,
said.
when my son comes.
All right. Well, when your son comes, we're gonna have to have a.
So is
Another
that
tasting.
the drink of choice on boats? This type of concoction with vodka and blueberry?
No,
or,
no. It's
or
just,
is,
Just on.
I mean, I saw on the beach,
what'd you say?
everybody had cases of beer. I have never seen this many cases
Really?
being carried by people.
Do they not
Women
enforce the
too.
rules
Women
there?
too. They were carrying all the cases of beer.
Can you not drink
to
on
their
Good
parties. Yeah,
You
to
can't
the-
drink on any beaches.
Yeah, they were bringing them to the parties. They were bringing them to parties.
Yeah.
Jimmy, you helped out. I don't know if Pat did too. You did the 1 hour at a time gang.
I didnn't. I
Yeah, I got up.
After the bourbon tasting, you got
Yeah,
up.
I got
Yeah.
up and I went down
Where did you guys clean?
St. Peter's Square.
Really?
So
What'd you
Donna,
find there?
Arizona,
Oh, yeah.
and she put out her bags, right by one of those gates, those bicycle gates that they have down there at the road. So I just picked up one of the bags, and she went over toward my mom's, and she walked all the way over there, and she started cleaning up there, and I started on the dock behind the brewery. Yeah, I walked over there. Yeah, it was pretty creative where people were putting on their empties and plates and
Yeah.
whatever. And I was picking everything up that way. Yes, I had gloves on, folks.
Yeah.
Did you have to
Stupid.
do any DNA testing on it?
No, well, it's in the bag. If you want to do it, you won't.
In the bag.
You guys. So the biggest restaurant news I think of the week
Yeah.
was Machaca got their liquor license.
yeah, that was good news.
Yeah.
We went a couple times.
Yeah.
Pat and Jimmy, you
We
went
went
there.
in last night,
Last
Got
night.
in. Yeah.
Saturday night.
How was the crowd?
It was, they were packed.
Yeah.
They were packed. It was young and lively, and they were
Like
checking.
you guys.
They were checking at the door, kind of monitoring tables and bar seats and things like that. We sat at the bar and we had a chicken chimichanga, and a margarita, which was delicious, and the chimichanga was very, very good. And
I loved it, chimichanga.
yeah, the service was nice. I mean, considering how busy
Almost cocktail
they
time.
were, the
Yeah,
service was very good.
that's great.
Yeah,
They had 2 or 3
yeah,
behind
we'll
the bar.
definitely go back.
I
When it's
think-
quieter, that would be nice.
I think it was a blessing that they didn't get the liquor license right away
And I like the bar,
because it gives a tight,
Top
Like a soft
Right.
opening.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a
and you
good
had
point.
described the bar,
Big horseshoe
and that's
bar.
very nice.
There's not many bars like that in Gloucester.
Right.
The Rum
Figured
Line
out
has
which
one.
Whiskeys to call bourbon. It took a while.
Relentless. You're relentless today.
I tried.
Oh my goodness.
Easy
So
prey.
Machaca is highly
Yeah,
recommended.
Absolutely.
Highly
Yeah,
recommended.
we're definitely going back
Yeah.
there.
And I'm going to say it again. I've said this about 15 times so far. You have to get the fried avocado.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
the fried
I never heard
avocados.
of it. Fried
Oh, my
avocado.
God.
They worked on this recipe for weeks to get the breading to stick to the avocado,
Wow.
and they have perfected it. It is so creamy on the inside. This
Yeah.
dipping sauce is some type
So
of
is it
lime.
like a Mudiga avocado?
No, it's more of a
A batter?
batter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
interesting.
Almost
Let's
like
give that a
a
go.
when you get the tempura.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's light.
Oh.
It's not really like crunchy. So it's when you bite into the middle, like Joe said, it's nice and
And
soft.
what's the sauce?
It's like a creamy lime,
Yeah.
with a little bit of a heat, but it's sweet heat. I'm telling you.
It's good.
Yeah, like it's so there's how often does this happen to you? Like, there's items that you just like. I imagine that Susan is more adventurous. I'm like, if I don't really kind of get it, there's so many items that I would not. I just wouldn't think to order.
Right.
But like he said, you have to. We were there.
You have to try it.
You have to try this. I tried it, and I'm like, I never would have ordered this. I'm
Okay,
so
from
happy
now
I
on,
did.
you should go in restaurants and always order something that you don't think you
Normally
would
don't.
order.
Right. I
It's a
agree.
good idea.
Broaden your
Get
palate.
the liver and onions.
Oh, no. I wouldn't get that. That's
Oh,
the
just
only thing
think
I
about
wouldn't
that.
get, pretty much.
Right.
Well, my son-in-law recently tried horse sashimi, and he lives
Horse?
in
Horse
Japan.
nuts,
My daughter and son-in-law
Oh
live in
my
Japan.
the nuts,
God.
the testicles.
Raw
No, sashimi, raw
Oh.
horse meat.
Raw horse.
Yep.
They in Montreal. You can get they serve horse meat in delis.
Wow.
Like you could get horse
I
meat
did-
sandwiches.
What was his
I
reaction?
did not
What
know
did he
that
think?
that was a.
He was probably drunk. I don't think it even tasted. I don't know.
Does he still live there in Japan?
My daughter and son-in-law are living there for a few years.
Wow.
Well, getting back to the
Good
cleanup, Joe, I gotta
Chinese
tell you, it was
Oh, nice.
pretty well cleaned up. I gotta tell you, I was a little surprised. I really thought when Donna called this, I said, oh boy. But the guys, the trucks were down there, garbage trucks. They had wheeled over the dumpsters already. They were cleaning all that up.
Yeah.
There were guys cleaning all the seats off already by the altar.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're talking 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
About 8:30 we were there.
Yeah.
But it wasn't as bad as I thought it would.
Yeah,
I mean,
good.
seriously, I have to admit, last night there was a lot more people, so maybe
Yeah.
today would be a little bit bigger. But the first night, there was stuff all over the place, and you could tell people were just hanging out. There's one thing I noticed. Boy, people are all over just hanging out, having their slices of pizza, their
That's
drinks,
great.
whatever they're doing, and and they're all talking to each other. No one's really. We would stand there. Pat was taking pictures last night. Nobody came over to us and gave us anything. But here's show you how strange everything is. Pat took a picture of this mom with her little girl, and it was a cute little thing that she saw. So she went out and she said, "Listen, if you give me your email, I'll give you the photo and everything."
Oh,
She
that's
lives
cool.
in 2 towns next to us.
Oh
Turned
wow!
out, yeah.
I mean, that is.
She recognized the area code.
Wow!
And yeah, can you
And
believe
she's-
that?
Yeah, 2
On that
towns.
crowded beach.
I'm here visiting 2 towns over, and we're
Yeah.
going, what the?
That is amazing.
bananas.
That is wild.
This Captain Jerome Rand solo circumnavigated the world.
I remember that.
He returned to Gloucester yesterday after 8.5 months at sea.
Wow. That's
October,
amazing.
right?
What a
Huh?
I think he passed us. On the boat. I think you were waving him down.
Bleary-eyed. That's quite a feat.
Interrupted
It is
his
something-
application.
Something that I
He
don't.
almost finished.
He
but
almost finished.
Joe tackled him.
he almost got to the finish line.
Something I don't know is if that's been done before.
I'm gonna see what I can find out.
A solo,
but I-
one guy
Magellan,
around the
maybe?
world. No,
No,
from
from
Gloucester,
Gloucester.
Captain
to
Cook.
back to Gloucester. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know
Vasco
if it's
da Gama?
happened. King,
I'm going to Mass down at St. Peter's Square.
are you going?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So
Viva.
Viva. So it was all good to see everybody.
Good to
nice
see you
meeting
too.
you. And
We'll probably see you later somewhere.
Drinking
oh, yeah,
bourbon.
Where-
on the corner
Where we'll be found. Yeah.
with my
Call
bottle.
me if you
Yeah.
need a ride.
Just, put that tattoo back on. If found, return.
Yeah.
Oh,
You showed
Joey,
us that tattoo.
thank you
It's
for
always-
coming.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm
see
psyched you came.
I'll see you around.
Yeah, I don't know what time I'm getting out of
I'll
work
see you
today.
next year.
I really ought to go down to the Fiesta tonight and see. I'd like to watch the race. See that tonight is the championships.
Right.
Good
Seniors,
call.
seniors, the same boat race.
Oh, really?
Today's the finale.
In
The,
Dunkirk.
in Dunkirk with all
Is
the
there more
boats.
pole walking too?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, so the champions, former champions, walk on Sunday,
Oh, okay.
and it's
Is there an age limit on that? Former champions?
well. There's so many former champions now, like it's literally like the old. They have to split it up because there's so many champions.
Oh, okay.
I think I say this every time when we talk about Fiesta, but I liked it better when there was just the races on. You had the eliminations during the week, and you only had the greasy pole on Saturday and
Yeah.
Sunday. I don't like that they have the greasy pole on Friday too. I feel like it dilutes it a little bit, but they give more people an opportunity to walk
Is
that
that
way.
probably why they did it? Because more people were interested and trying to accommodate that?
I honestly don't know.
Why don't they have qualifying heats for it and then just not have as many people doing it during Fiesta?
I'm gonna bring this to my daughter instead.
Good. Yeah. You taking off, Chris?
Yeah.
All right,
I'm gonna go
brother.
pray for all of you.
All right, please
Thank
do.
you. I need.
That's a
I
I'm
need.
great
gonna go
idea.
pray for everybody's livers.
I need your prayers.
Do the blessing
Pray
of the
that they
liver.
find a donor for Joey's liver transplant.
I'll see you, buddy.
Good to meet you.
I'll give you a call later on.
Thanks, man.
But I don't know if I'd like to. I don't know where we could find that information. You know what? They would know that at the Heritage Center. I bet
Well, we're going down there tomorrow.
Okay.
So maybe I will ask about that.
that would be cool. And we got to try to
That's
get.
on our-
I'd like to get him on the podcast for next
Yeah.
That would be great.
Sunday.
That
I'd
would
like
be
to
great.
have him talk. I'm sure he has one or two stories
Twice,
in 8.5 months. You know, probably
Can you
really
imagine
interesting
that?
to talk to.
That's alone. That's
Scary.
That's a long time to be in a boat by yourself on that big old water.
I wonder what he
Yeah.
had for technology. See, there's so many.
Oh, yeah.
I have so many
Right.
They
questions.
often stayed in
Right.
hotels or something sometimes.
But you know what I mean? Like, I wonder what. It's very interesting to me. Anyway,
How he financed it, too.
that was your Plover-free podcast, Fiesta Cast.
Yeah, Fiesta Cast.
We can't call it Fiesta Cast because Alicia. We've done that in the past, but Alicia beat us to the Fiesta Cast this year.
Oh, okay.
Alicia
All right.
Unleashed had the Fiesta Cast.
We had the Mudiga Cast.
We had the Mudiga Steak Cast, sponsored by Mom's Kitchen.
Yeah.
It is July 1st. We really have to rest our livers because on the
You
third,
got things
the
coming up.
third we have the Horribles.
Yeah.
Right. And fireworks. No fireworks, right?
Bleary-eyed. So I have to get some information about that. Well, thank you guys for coming in.
All right.
Gonna-
Gloucestercast 286 is in the
in the bag today.